Righto, back on the Morris. Here we go. Been a little while, been busy. Working on some renos on the house. So today we're back, we're about to put all the pedals back in. So we've got the brake, accelerator and clutch pedal. All have to be mounted back in here. I've started cleaning up the bushings that go inside. So I've just got to grease them up, slide all that back in and hopefully assemble this if I can remember to and how it went. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, so like I said, been really busy doing renovations. That's taken up most of my time, plus I work, and yeah, the weather's just been erratic. It's been hot, it's been wet, it's been windy. The renovations I'm doing at the moment, I've taken all the gutters off my house because we're going to get a roof done, and I had to put all new fascias around the house. So that's taken a minute. I still have work to do to them, but the plumber can come and do the roof whenever. I just need to, I've puttied up all my screw holes, so I need to paint over that, sand them back and paint over those. So it's still going, but the weather's been shit this weekend for much stuff outside, so it's been quite damp, and we're supposed to get a drenching again today. So back on the car, which needs time putting into it, because that's what it comes down to. Alright, so we really haven't got far. She's looking nice and tidy really at the moment. Still have to put this temperature sensor in, which I've got to solder into the tank here somewhere. I think previously we touched on this. I fitted the this is the sensor for the electric fan that I'm putting on it, and I think somewhere around here I probably will be installing the temperature sensor. Yeah, so it's just a manual sensor, which is what I prefer. It's not too bad looking gauge, but anyway, it is what it is. So I've got that to do as well, and like I said, I've got to get a throttle cable, which I haven't got yet. I have got a choke cable there, but I might try and source a new one as well because it's a bit frayed and tatty, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so let's get on with it. Let's see how I go with putting these pedals back in. So I'll stick this on time lapse for a little bit, and then we'll touch base again. So clutch there, the there, and we'll run up to the bottom of the muscle down there. So what I do, and then the accelerator is off the steering column. So I do Alright, so this is real life, not rehearsed. I forgot to put the star washer on, so I gotta slide these out now. Shit. Now if they can hold them, maybe they'll stay there. And put the little shake star washer thingy on. And lift up that. And I've greased up all these bushes. Oh, come on. Shit. There we go. Alright. Now there's a threads into the chassis here. So I've just got to do that up, and then I can start to connect up these adjustment wires. No idea, none of this was, these were assembled but all disconnected when I got the car. So I doubt I would have had any photos of it. I've tried to take as many photos as I can of anything I've pulled apart, but a lot of this car was in bits before I got it, so it's just a matter of working it out. I do have some diagrams from manual and whatnot, which are helping. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Alright, so if you didn't gather in the footage, I couldn't start the thread because the shaft was in the master cylinder. So I took it out of the master cylinder, threaded in, and fucking Murphy's Law, I should have fucking had it loose when I started it. So now that won't go in there because there's not enough room. I thought by winding this all the way in I'd have enough room, but guess what? This bolt's coming out again, and for the second time, because I got the bloody shake washer on there to start with. So we'll pull this out for the second time and reattach that this piston arm, this arm for the piston on the bloody you know what, and we'll start again. All right. Alright, so after that little disaster, I got that all back together. So as you can see, it looks like we've got, I don't know if you can see it quite there, but there's an adjustment that bottoms out on the side of the gearbox for the clutch arm or release. There's another adjustment down lower and an adjustment up here. So I'm thinking these adjustments are for your pedal height, and your final adjustment maybe for the clutch, and the end adjustment for the clutch is the one on the top of the arm. And over here we have the brake switch, which there's a spring which connects that up to your brake switch. And I guess I have some adjustment to do because I've got a lot of play there. So we will adjust that and then install the brake, the spring. So should be able to wind this back out since I got it all nice and windy before. And I know my arm's probably in the way, so I want a little bit probably of slack. We haven't put oil obviously in here, so that may play a factor in the clutch as well. So sorry, in the brake pedal and cylinder. So you know, and the spring's going to be pulling towards here, and I suppose we don't want that bouncing around. But oh god! And I've made sure a nut will go on here to lock this off. I didn't know if it went on the inside or the outside. Looking at it now, it may have went on the inside, but we might just so that's hard up against it. I might just give it a little bit of slack, just so I can tell if after we put oil in and start to bleed it, that doesn't tighten up, because we want to be able to release the brake all the way. Right, so that's that for now. Spring. I'm pretty sure this is the spring for this one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. That doesn't look like the spring for that one. Crap. Alright. Well, I do have another spring, and I know that's for the clutch, so I'll get that. Righto, I found our spring. It's soaking in some petrol. I haven't really cleaned it up as much as I'd like to, but life is too short. So we're gonna fit this on there. If I can see, I might go from the outside. Might need the pliers. We'll see how we go. Righto. There it goes. Oh crap, I can't see where it goes from here. Oh yeah, there we go. So, I don't know which is which. It really matters, as long as I can get it on there. One will go in there, like it's not that fucking. Oh, yeah, maybe that'll go. Okay, let's get the old pliers out. Will I go under or over? Oh shit, I don't know. Maybe that way. Let's look like that end. Here we go. Oh shit, how am I gonna do that? It might be easy going on the top. Oh, maybe. If I can grab that, which I'm running out of room. Oh, I'm gonna become part of this car shortly. I can't get in here anymore. And this is like, it's all open, it's nice and easy. Let's have a look. Let's get this in there. Oh, Jesus. I'm kneeling on the concrete, which I really fucking hate. There we go. And I think that's, and there's a spring, I don't know if you can see, but there's a spring, I don't know what you call that type of spring, like a coil spring. There we go. Let me just have a look at that. So, I don't know, I might even need to, where's the adjust? Oh, I could adjust it here, I suppose. Yeah, I could push that back a little bit. But I don't know how much throw I need. I was just thinking maybe I could take a link out of this chain, because it looks like this is already adjusted all the way in. And I don't want, like, we've got a bit of slack there, but I don't know if that is slack or if that will engage. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, I feel like I need more throw. I don't know how much pedal I've got. I don't even know if this clutch works yet. Alright, well that's on there, that's on there. There's another spring here. That's where that spring goes. So I'm not sure what attaches to the brake switch. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Alright, I'm gonna get myself out of here and I'll grab that spring. Oh shit, my bicep. Oh man, this is where, oh no. Seriously. Oh, friggin' hell. Oh, that hurts. Hang on. No. Oh, no. Guess what? I am stuck to this. Stuck between the steering arm. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Oh, I've got it. Oh. Holy crap balls. Alright. Yeah, I'm dealing with some real shit here. Alright. Holy crap, now I've got the other spring. Oh god. The wind's starting to pick up now. Right, and we got this spring with that little, kind of looks bent, but now, I'm going to put my arm back in that other hole. Right, I'm thinking I'll put the tighter of the hook, maybe not. Maybe the big hook? I don't know. There we go. Kind of doesn't look great. Let me see if I can bend that hook a bit more. Bend this hook. Oh, shite. There we go. Let's do it. Let's bend it. I can always get another spring. Oh my god, now my eyes, I can't see. Put a little bit of a bend on it. I'll keep an eye on that. Righto, we're going to hook that in there, and then, which way is the spring facing? Let's go up from underneath again, and where is it there? Alright, that's on. Okay, so we got, yeah, there's no tune there. Okay, we got, I don't want to press that yet, so I've got some fluid in there. Clutch, I guess there's some adjustment to do. There is something that joins that brake switch. I thought it was a spring. Going to have a look at that. But anyway, here we go. Out again. Alright. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Alright, yeah, don't forget the split pin, Robert. So let's have a crack at that. It sort of seems like it's half a hole, but it was a bit tight. I'm going to replace these with new ones eventually, but just for namesake, and I'll put this in here, or shits and giggles, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if I can get this in. Oh yeah, that wind's coming. I thought the car club was going to the Wollora market today, but it got cancelled last night for the weather. And it's, I don't even know what the time is, it's probably like It's probably like midday, maybe 11 o'clock or something. I thought, shit, maybe there's not going to be a storm. That'd piss a lot of the store holders off and whatnot, because you know, a lot of them gone to a lot of trouble to make their things and products and get stuff organised. But it's looking like it's just going to go ballistic out there, and the Wollora market, that's like, you know, 20 minutes away from here or so. So it could be, you know, absolutely gutting coming down out there. So already. So anyway, all right, that's in. See that? I'm just going to leave it like that because I am going to replace that. Right, I'm happy with that. I don't know about this adjustment. I'll work that out when I get the car running. And well, I can probably run through the clutch and feel that. Oh no, I'm happy with that. Do have to work out this. Damn it. Alright. Righto, I'm back. I had a bite to eat, so we've had a bit of a look at some images online that I can find of under here in the footwell, because there's really not a lot. I believe, well, I knew this bolted to the steering column, but I couldn't remember if it was on the inside or the outside. It's looking like it'll be on the inside. Not 100% sure about that. I think so, just from where it's going to sit. So we'll just tackle that, see what happens. I couldn't remember if this had washers either side. There is a split pin on this side. I greased that shaft, pushed this back on. It feels nice. So we'll undo this little U-bolt and we'll have a look at fitting this over the steering column, and just going to be stabbing in the dark where this is going to fit. I probably should have cleaned all this up a little bit. They're not too bad. Yeah, I'm sort of, oh well, I mean, how far do you go? Like, I've painted all the other stuff that you're going to see. We'll have a look. We'll just have a look. Look at that nail down here. So it's going to go up under the steering column this way round. Oop, that just nearly slid right off. Now the arm goes on the other side. This goes to your throttle. Throttle cable will go through there. Mounts in there somehow. This has got a splined end, so I'm not 100% sure even where this was in relation to the pedal. This will be inside the fire in the engine bay side of things. This is inside the car. Yeah, so I might put this on after and just hold this together for now. So not 100% sure, but we'll get there. I'll put a little bit of anti-seize on here just to help it slide in. I don't know if you can see much here till we get into the light, and just to make me nuts and bolts go on easier. This doesn't have to have it on here. Talking to myself. Yep, bidoo. Alright, where are we? Yep. Alright. Okay, I don't know where we're going with this. I might reposition the camera for use. Yeah, that might be a little better there. Let's see if I can get my arms in the way, which I reckon I will. Righto, this will slide on here. This clamps up to there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold that on there. Okay. Now, I don't know. I really don't know. Sure, this wasn't on the other side, but it'd have to be because the arm will not fit. Okay. I'm gonna try this on the outside. You know, I wish I took more attention when I pulled this apart. But it's been a while. It's been a while. Alright. We'll see how we go. Okay, pretty happy with that, I think. Won't really know until I put the floor part in that has all the cutouts for the pedals. So until I sort of get that situated, when I'm ready to do that, I can adjust this up. I could probably take a rough measurement actually. So now this will be the throttle linkage, I guess you would call it, without knowing exactly where this pedal sits. I'm sure it's going to be up, I don't know, up round near the other pedals. And then this will probably be drop down. I'm not sure which way round that'll go. Yeah, it's either going to go that way or that way. Not 100% sure. I don't think it really matters. Now I've got another washer there. Oh yeah, that fell down in here. Oh shit. Probably never going to see that again. Where are you? Where'd that go? Oh man. There it is. There it is. Alright. Let's get that. Oh, this is like the old arm traps in there. Okay, so alright, I'll set yours down, see if I can work this out. Yeah, a bit of a kooky angle there, but see what happens. Put the washer on. Which way do I want this? One way, well that's a bit close to the starter, so probably this way. Now, pedal, I don't know. I can't really see inside the car. I don't think the pedal's as high as the others, the accelerator. I think it's from what I can tell. And then I might have to do something with this battery lead, but I'll lead to the starter motor. And I didn't mark this taking it off, so you know, same old story. Probably could have paid more attention. It's going to push, yeah, okay. I don't think it wants it up in the air because that's going to go the other way. And I'm not sure which way my throttle cable works. I can't remember the throttle on the carby because we're using a different carby as well. Fine. Let me put this down to about there. How the don't even know how I got that on and off. Is there splines in there? Doesn't even look like there's splines in this part. I don't know now. I'm sure this is what came off here. 100% sure. Oh, yeah, it did, because it was all together and I pulled it apart and blah blah blah. And I don't know where that's going to go. Where are we? I'm thinking that's probably not really in the right spot. So I think I'm going to want my cable down a bit lower. So that's going to be maybe somewhere there. Doody woody. Might have to give that a little tap-a-rooney. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, that's going to be about there. Maybe not. Maybe around this way a bit. Oh, this is really starting to tick me off. Come on. Oh, why is it so tight? Of course you don't want it to fucking... Fuck. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right. I don't know. Fuck. There's no flat spot in this thing. No, and the bolt went through. It's tight though. Oh, it's going. It's going. I just don't know where the... No, it's still not right spot. Still not right spot. Don't know. Can't tell. I reckon that's going to be about there. About there. Oh shit, I just moved it again. Let's hold that there. Move you together there. Get it started. Righto. Oh, that's doing something. Yay. Woo. Find a little tap. it in here. Give this a bit of a tap, tap. No, that's helping. Helping or hindering. Let's see if I can wriggle this on. Oh, Jesus, it's moving. Let's see, where are we? No, we're fucking here. Let's go around this way. Yeah, I'm sort of happy with that. Maybe, about there. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, okay. Yep, it's all going to the shit. Let's put reality. Oh, yeah, it's going on. You know, don't worry about me palm, it's only getting bruised. Oh shit, I just hit the camera. Hope you didn't feel that. I might reposition you there. Since you're looking at the... Anyway, let's have a look and see what I've done. It's on there for a little bit. So I'm hoping this pedal sits... God, my hand's always in the way. Sits somewhere... I don't even know if you can see that. In there somewhere. There's the pedal there. I don't know. 2/3, maybe halfway, I don't know. 2/3. No, like a... You don't have to bend your foot to the moon and back to get it to work, but yeah, somewhere there, you know, boom, boom. And the throttle linkagey thingy-majiggies this side, and it moves there with the pedal. Okay, I'm thinking my cable's going to go well, either around the back of the motor or around the front of the motor, and there is some other bracketry for the original one that was on here that sent the throttle cable up and over that way, because the throttle on the original SU carb actually worked this way. So I've got to actually change all that because of this carby. Around here is a lot different, and that's pushing. So I'm thinking the cable's going to go around the back. So that's fine. It can go around the back. So that will pull as I push that. Yeah, that'll pull. That'll pull. Yeah, I think that's how that's going to work. So it's not a big cable. It's only going to be a short bit of cable, and I'll have to mount it off a few brackety thingies. But yeah. Alright, that's going to work out, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. Time will tell. Still don't know if this is exactly where it's meant to be. I've sort of got it fairly square up and down, so I'm hoping that's somewhere near it. And yeah, there's a bolt here that goes in here, so I'll fit that before I forget. I think if I can get that over a little bit more. There's a little grease point for that throttle thing. I did put grease on the shaft before I put it in. All good. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm just trying to seat in with my upholstered cushion, which is probably going to change. I've put quite a thick bit of foam on top of that, but anyway. I just want to sit in here and just see if I can feel this clutch and see if it's even going to work. Just set the steering wheel on. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to be pulling that steering wheel off out of the way. So we'll just work that out in a second. Let me sit that here. I don't know what you can see and can't see. Yeah, I'm going to embarrass myself here. I'm going to take the steering wheel off. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, I don't know if I've sat in this car before, apart from working in it, not sitting. So, you know, alright, let's go this way. This is a suicide door. The seat feels squishy. Okay, I've got the runs on today. We actually do have to come a bit closer. Oh yeah, it did clutch, I think. I don't know if it's going to change. I don't know. I think there's a maybe there's a bit of slack in that. Yeah, I think there's a fair bit of adjustment. So I've got not engaging till there, I don't believe. But then there's probably meant to be. I mean, seriously, I could go through the gears anyway without. And I have to turn the tail shaft. There's only synchros on. Okay, that seems to be. Oh, that's in gear now, and that's working. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. We're in neutral. There we go. Oh, my seat's going back first. I could probably. I can't turn that, so we're not going to turn that, but that's in first, second, third, fourth, and reverse is, I can't remember where reverse is. Not sure, I might have to try and turn that a little. Oh, that might be reverse there. Maybe. I don't know. How close is that to third? To fourth? Oh yeah, that's it. There we go. Second. Oh. First. Yeah. Alright. Well, I think that clutch is working. Time will tell. I have new rubbers to go on. I do want to take a little bit out of that because I think that's, yeah, I do have to definitely take a bit out of that. Take some slack out of that. And I'm not touching the brake just yet. Accelerator, can't really tell. I'm gonna, yeah, that's probably, maybe, in the right spot. Time will tell. I can adjust. There's heaps of adjustments, so I'm mucking around. All right, cool. Well, I think that'll do that for now. I don't have a cable for the accelerator. I'm probably gonna have to make up a few little brackets to hold the cable, the outer of the cable, to run around the back here. But if I go that way, I seem to change my mind, or have to change my mind. Anyway, we are sitting in the Morris. This is a pretty cool little car. I've obviously got to sit up forward more. Let's put this steering wheel on like that, and I haven't got the key steel in there, so it's just, I don't know, that's cool. Yeah, headlining's, seen better days. That will be getting pulled out, and I'll have a crack at doing that. Interior wise, I'm not really going to touch these door panels for a while. I think the driver's door is probably just the worst one, because it's been getting kicked obviously as people come and go. But I think the rest of them aren't too bad, surprisingly. The pinch weld around the doors is all pretty, had it, so I can replace that quite easily. I'm not going to put the fabric stuff back on. I don't really need that back on there. I've got the back seat to reupholster eventually. It's in pretty bad condition, so I will definitely fix that up. And it had a blind at the back there. That's what that wooden roll, I think, is. Maybe I'll put that back in. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there's a bit of work in the upholstery to do, or say the headlining and whatnot, but that can keep. Like, I'll probably tear it out because it's that thin, and like every time I bump it, it feels like it's just going to fall down, and I don't want to be breathing that shit in anyway. So yeah, here we are in the old Morris. It's getting there. I think the next thing I want to do is actually start. I do have to clean up the kick panel there where your feet are going in the footwell. It's got all the old body deadening, or whatever you want to call it, on there, which is almost a tarish sort of stuff. I'm going to get that old stuff off and clean it up, which I've had them soaking with a bit of petrol and whatnot lately, but I think I'll have to get the air chisel onto those. But I can't be bothered going out there today because it's a bit wild. I want to do that outside. I think I might even start putting the gauges back in this part, the gauge cluster area, because I really want to start working out where I'm going to run the wiring and whatnot. The only gauge that will be working in this will be the speedo, and I hope the speedo works, but I do have the cable for it and whatnot, because obviously the fuel gauge well, I don't believe the fuel gauge is working. I could try it. It is still in the tank, but it's 6 volt, and I've changed over to 12 volt. I still have a couple of things on 6 volt, but the chassis will be, well, the body will be live as 12 volts. So, and it's negative earth as well. But that's, you know, sorry, positive earth. So I'll have to work that out. But here we go. This is the inside. 4 people would fit in this car. Cozy, little cozy. It's echoey as anything in here. I've got obviously there's no carpet. There's, you know, it's pretty much bare apart from the door panels, which are, you know, yeah. All right, so we might have a look at this little dash cluster. This is all Bakelite, so I did take that center one out, pull the gauges out, gave them a bit of a clean up. I painted the other ones, sanded it back, wet sanded it, and just clear coated it. It looks really good. I want to do it to this part as well, but I think that'll just come down the road, because it's just, I just want to get this car going, and then when I can do all these things as it's on the road, because I really need to get this thing on the road, or it's just going to be here forever. Another cool feature is the 1948 aircon. That is so cool. What it's like when you're driving down the road, don't know. I dare say you're going to get a face full of bugs and whatever other crap coming off the road, but you know, you got it there if you need it. And that's sick. I do have to fix up the wiper. This is your wiper selecty thingy. This sort of just puts the wiper back onto the window when it's in use, and it switches it on at the same time. Whether that works, maybe it does. There we go, it does something. Anyway, we've got to work that out. I need to put a blade in the old wiper arm and that sort of thing. I'm rambling, so yeah, let's have a look at something else, I think. Alrighty, so I just had a muck around off camera, just chucked the dash in, and all the gauge cluster thingy-majiggy. So yeah, there you go. So you can see how I painted this up. It's not perfect, it's not, you know, it could do with a bit of I gave it a few different rubs and a few different coats, but of clear, but it could do with a bit of a cut maybe. But I'm not happy with that. That's, you know, I can still use it and not worry about scratching it. So I would like to do the rest of it eventually, but for now, just for time and whatnot. Yeah, so that's our wiper one. I believe one of these will be your choke. I think that's the choke. Oh, look, I don't know. I'll have to have a look. One will be the starter, one will be the choke. And then, oh, actually, that might be a light. There's an indicator light for your lights, I believe, and your starter motor, or alternator light, or generator light, however you want to say it. I'm not really sure. I think that was plugged. I think they had a cap in it, and that's a choke. That's a choke because it's got the slot detent, what do you want to call it, to stop that turning. Yeah, and then there's some nice screws to go in there. I don't know if they're brass or not, but anyway, figure that out. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. And eventually I'll clean all this up, get all the chrome on around the window cleaned up a bit, and that might actually be aluminium on the inside, but the chrome's on the outside. Yeah, so all I really have to do here is connect the speedo cable, wire up the switch. It's got lights, yeah, side lights, which I'm guessing are maybe just like your park lights sort of thing. And then you have full headlights. There is a dip switch that's on the floor to change from high to low with your headlights. And yeah, so, and off, ignition obviously. Yeah, so it's all there. The switch does work. It probably just wants a bit of a clean up. The speedos come up pretty good. The inside's nice. I didn't open it up. I just cleaned the outside, gave the chrome trimmer, just a bit of a wipe over. It's, you know, it's not perfect. This one, the gauge is deteriorated inside. There's a lot of crap in there, and I didn't open it. I didn't want to go there. It has all pressure gauge, fuel gauge, and that's just your pattern. Oh, actually, I didn't have it in reverse, did I? Oh no, I did. I had it right. So that's kind of fallen to bits. I know you can get these things reconditioned. It's a bit of this, but it will be worth it one day. I might even have a go myself if I can come up with something to replace that end. These two aren't bad, but I don't believe they're going to be working, but they may be. I'll just have to investigate that further. I have tried hooking up the oil pressure line to the back of this gauge. Couldn't seem to ever get anything to work, but you know, I might have to prime the hose or the copper pipe that goes up to it. I don't know. And obviously I've never tried the fuel gauge. It's 6 volt, so whether I can revive that or not, having 12 volt run through the body, I don't know. So they're the things I have to try and work out. I may be able to insulate the whole fuel gauge system and run it that way, but otherwise don't know. I'll just have to fit a 12 volt system to it and put another sender in the tank and whatnot. But anyway, that's down the track. I think I can deal without the fuel gauge for a little bit. So I think that's going to be where I'm going to leave this one, because it's rattled on a bit and I've rattled on a bit. And but here we are in the old Murray, and well, yeah, hopefully I can keep going and knock some of these jobs over like I have done today, which has been good. Like I said, I still got to clean up the floor panels, and then I can make the final adjustment of that accelerator pedal, because I'm not sure 100% where that's going to be. It will be in the ballpark. I've just got to clean up this back of the engine, the gearbox, a little bit before I put the floor back in, and I think, yeah, I do want to replace all the timber in the floor, refit it as original as I can. I probably will make it a little bit stronger and safer just by underneath here. There's not much. There's a couple of strips of steel between where the bolts go for the seat. I think I will beef that up a little bit, without, you know, making any structural changes, but just make that a little bit heavier duty where the bolts bolt up, for now. Down the track, who knows, I might put steel floors right through, but you know, we'll see. Let's just get this thing on the road, and yeah, I think the next one will be getting some fluid into the brake master cylinder and bleeding all the brakes and making sure they work. And I think that will probably be a bit of a full-on video as well, because yeah, like today, things just happen and pop up, and I do things back to front, and it takes longer. So that will probably be the case again. And I do have to still got to find that spring or whatever's supposed to go between the brake light switch and the brake pedal, because I don't know what that is. I'll have to find that and work out what that is. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there, and next time we will tackle that and hopefully have some success. Alright, we'll catch us.